Nah, boy. But too. Today, I'm coming with a money count on a Monday. So yeah, you guys, this in here, because after he stopped throwing ones, well, in the middle of him throwing ones, I actually knew I had got there at like 3 o'clock. I went and got dressed, freshened up, did all that extra stuff with the hygiene, and then I went in the locker room, put my stuff up, and then I went upstairs because you have to sign in and either pay or just, you got to sign in, period. But you can pay then, or you got to 7 o'clock to pay at my club or whatever. So I usually pay and get it out the way. So I had went and paid or whatever. And then I was walking back out and I walked past the top bar because it's an upstairs and downstairs. So paid upstairs. I'm walking past the top bar and I hear, hey, I'm like, I'm so awkward. And then when I first get to work, I like kind of go sit somewhere to get my head in the game or whatever, because I don't drink. I barely drink, I barely smoke. So I'll be trying to like collect my thoughts before I start dancing or whatever. But I couldn't this time because as soon as I walked out, the dude told me to come here. So I'm like, okay, boom. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. He like, oh, I had my little Rain Cosmetics necklace on. I don't even know where it's at. I took it off. He was like, what's that? That's your brand? And I'm like, yeah, that's my brand, He's like, so you own a cosmetic company? I'm like, yeah. So, anywho, he's like, okay. He's like, well, let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. So I started dancing. Y'all, when I say I didn't stop dancing until 8:45, I danced from 3:15 to 8:45 for the same person. Talking about feet killing me. I had no choice but to drink because my feet were burning so bad. So I only drink Moscatos though. Like, I don't ever drink hard liquor. It's either Moscatos or Sex on the Beaches. So I had about 4 or 5 Moscatos and I was drinking water in between, and it was just a good time. Like, I love customers like that. They laid back, they cool, they easy to talk to, easy to get along with, they're not pushy. So I'm like, okay, yeah, boom. That's what's up. He was like, cause you come here and bitches don't be knowing what they want to do and blah blah blah, all this extra shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know some people like that, but I guess it takes time. You gotta find yourself. I don't know, but I knew what I wanted to do since I was younger. It was fashion. I really didn't get into makeup until about 5 or 6 years ago. I wasn't like into it in high school and stuff. Like, I was kind of like a tomboy. I still am, but I love makeup now. Then he was handing me money. I was like, what's going on? Like, and he was telling his friend, shorty got me stuck. So yeah, let's get to counting. Y'all, I was so happy because I'm like, I usually get money handed to me. It's like, all right, I know this gonna be 2040, so I gotta go to a whole bunch of people. And not that I'm not grateful, because I am, but just to have this every blue moon, it just made me feel like I work night, because I used to work night shift, and this is what my bags would look like at night. And I don't work night anymore, and the day shift is over, man. They're not into throwing money and all that. So, or you gotta kind of dance instead of versus night where they just throwing it up. It's a show, you know what I mean? It's not really, oh yeah, 1 dance $5, 2 dance $10. Like, it's not that, they not counting. But yeah. So this is one bag. Let me see if I can get it. Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see. But yeah. Okay, and you guys, this is my clothing line. It is Rain, and it's in a little iridescent rhinestones. It's so cute. I don't know if you guys can see the bling, but it's really cute. And then I got the pants to match. Let me show you the pants to match. Yeah, so you guys can go on my website and cop that. The hoodies are 30, and then I have the jogging suits in gray and black, and those are $50 a piece. So make sure you guys check that out if you're interested. So yeah, it's funny. I'm gonna just straighten these ones out first. It's funny because every time I go to work, they're like, "We ain't seen you in forever. You will never come to work," and I'm like, "Ugh." All right, I'm gonna start coming. And I tell them that, and then they see me like 2 or 3 weeks later, sometimes next month. So everybody be talking about me. They like, we don't know the next time we gonna see you. And it's basically because I don't like Ubering. Like 2020 is really crazy. I didn't like Ubering in the first place, but 2020 is crazy. So I just try not to Uber, and then on top of that, Uber was costing a lot, and it was like from my house to there and then back. That shit was like $40 to $50 a day, and I mean, yeah, I'm gonna make it back, but I gotta think about making that back, then making my bar fee back before I'm even making a profit. You know, and it was kind of being too much, and I was like, you know, let me just get this a break. Let me focus on my brand. And then I bought a car, and I'm like, all right, I have no excuses. Like, I don't have a note. I bought it with cash, and I'm like, I don't have a note, so I don't really have any expenses and stack and put in my savings. You know what I mean? The club is the same. Monday, it was pretty dead in there. It was like literally a handful of girls who made some money yesterday. The other ones was looking crazy, and you know, that's when the jealousy starts setting in. That's when the look starts setting in, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, I'm gonna get my money regardless, but I like when the club is a little busier because I don't like people watching me, watching my bag. Like, that's so weird to me. Just to walk past and then look down at the ground and then just stand back and look. It's kind of annoying. You know how men are and how entitled they are and how they think they just got it like that. I'm dancing for this man, and I just happen to look up, and it's a whole nother man telling me to come here. Why would I come here and I'm dancing for somebody? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, who you think you are? I don't even know you. First of all, you look like a lame. You only got a couple dollars in your hand. You sprinkling $2 and $3 and $4 on the stage. Like, why would I leave where I'm at to come see what you want? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, why would you even think that makes sense? And he like, come here, come here. I'm like, no. So I told the dude I'm dancing for. He like, what? He like, what's wrong with these dudes? I'm like, I have no clue. So then he got somewhere once and just started throwing it up on me. I'm like, this is so funny. He was mad cool though. Like, he didn't give me no problems. His homeboy was cool or whatever. Straighten this out, and then I am going to come back and start coming. Finally back after like an hour and a half trying to straighten all this money out. But I was on the phone talking to my dad as well, so that took a little bit more longer. But yeah, let's just get this out the way. I just made a whole bunch of piles, and I'm gonna count in 20s or whatever. I really want to do 50s. 20. So yeah, I probably ain't gonna talk a lot because I be needing to concentrate. But y'all, I forgot to say, when I was pulling up to work, it was 2 police cars. It was 2 police cars in front of the club or whatever. I'm like, what the heck that happened? Why the hell somebody tried to come in there and spend some fake money, y'all? And then it wasn't even like 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s. You know, this man had the nerve to try to bring in some hundreds. So the waitress told me, she's like, I mean, not the waitress, the bartender. She was like, yeah, he gave me $100 bill, a real one. And she was like, then he turned around and tried to give me four fake hundreds. She was like, the money was so thick you could tell. And she was like, I wasn't finna have that come out my paycheck or have me have to pay for that or whatever. So I had to tell them, I'm like, man. Then they told me three more men had came in the previous night and tried to do the same thing. And it was like, one of them came with like 1,500 or 15,000, something like that, and tried to spend. I said, wow, that's so crazy to me. I was laughing. I'm like, they coming up in the wrong place trying to do that, because I'm telling you, strippers and bartenders and waitresses do not play about their money, child. I just ordered some lip gloss kits. Well, I didn't just do it. I did it about a month ago, going on a month ago or whatever. And they are super cute. They're gonna come in these little black boxes with my logo on it. And it's basically a lip gloss paired with a lip liner. So you're gonna get a gloss and a liner together. But I'm thinking about doing like a real big photo shoot. And then I want like to do some good promo, and I kind of want to do a visual with this. So I want it to be really big and more professional than before. Or I might just take, get my hair did or whatever, get my makeup did, and come home and do something like get a white background or something and take pictures myself, and then have this guy that I use on Fiverr or Fiverr, have him edit it, because he edited pictures really good for me before. So I might just do that, you know, do an at-home photo shoot. But whatever, regardless, I want it to be fire. Like, I want my hair to be really cute. I want my makeup to be cute. And yeah, I want to do promo. And I have to think about how I want the visual to be in a photo shoot. So yeah. It's like fast money. I like how you can make your money how you want to make it or whatever. You're your own boss, you know what I mean? And yeah, you set the rules, you know what I mean? And I like that. I don't like working for people. That's kind of why I started dancing, and that's definitely why I started my own business, because it's like I'd rather work hard and be stressed and mad and upset about a business that's mine, rather than something that I'm not even gonna profit off of, like stressing myself out about making another man rich. Like, why would I do that? That just makes no sense to me. I went from flipping burgers, like I used to flip burgers at Five Guys before I started dancing. So I'm very humble. I know what the grind is, and that made me not want to do it. Like, I was like, no, like these people slaving me, like you gotta get clean in the crevices, do this, do that. And I'm like, okay, like, for a restaurant, for a fast food restaurant, Five Guys does pay good in Michigan. But for a restaurant overall, you working me way too much just for the man. Like, it was just too specific. Like, restaurants might slack, but majority of the ones that I have been to are very clean, and they're very organized, and all their stuff is fresh. Anyways, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Back into, just for the fun, is pole tricks. But the thing about it is, I use, with the platforms and the tall ankle boots, I use the grip. Like, I use my ankle boots to get up the pole. Like, some people can use their legs to get up the pole, but I need some type of grip to get up the pole. And I don't wear my platforms because they're just too tall, and I'm already tall, and it's just like, ugh. And then I really didn't like them anymore. I had them for like 2 years. I'm like, okay, it's time to get some new shoes. So I got my little baby heels with the rhinestones. I love those. Those are so cute, but I cannot get up the pole in them. Well, I haven't tried, but I'm not even gonna try, because I don't want to look stupid in front of people. And I'm like, I keep ordering stuff knowing that I want to move, so I'm probably gonna wait. But I do want to get back into pole tricks. I mean, it entices the customers. You know what I'm saying? I got my makeup and my clothing line now, because that's always what I wanted to do. And the thing about it is, I could never draw. Like, I had a sketchbook. My dad bought me a sketchbook. I'm like, I got so many ideas, but I just cannot freaking draw. Like, it used to annoy the heck out of me. Make sure y'all eating. Like, if y'all start dancing, make sure y'all eating if y'all plan on drinking, because I've been eating good, trying to keep my weight up or whatever, or gain weight, because y'all know I got the sculpture shots, which I'm gonna try to make a video. I wanted to make a video and like take a picture in the same underwear so y'all can see the difference or whatever, but I gotta find them. You know, I've been getting questions about that, and I have seen subtle changes. But it's not like drastic, and I knew it wasn't going to be drastic because I only got 6 shots and I didn't want to overdo it. I'm taking fenugreek, however you say it, herbal supplements, which are like vitamins, but they're natural vitamins, and they're known to make your breasts grow and to make your hips spread and gain a booty. So I've been taking that instead of like thinking about getting another round, because 1, I really don't want to, and 2, that shit costs too much, you know. Y'all, I was watching them little YouTube videos. I forgot what it's called, but it's a man. He's on Skid Row in Cali, and he be interviewing a lot of people. And that stuff be having me so sad, because it's like so many people have so many different stories about why they prostitute and why they're on drugs and all of that. And it's just like, man, life can change with the blink of an eye. So you really can never say never, because one man was on there, like, he was 24, he was from Detroit, he was living in Detroit. He said he had a nice condo, apartment, or whatever, sky view, looking over the whole Detroit and all that. And he was like, one day he just decided to help this girl out or whatever. He was like, he was at the soup kitchen volunteering or whatever, and he was like, the lady was telling him about her struggles, and she had a daughter and she was kind of homeless and she was struggling with drugs. He let her come, and then next thing you know, the lady and her homegirl is in his room with the door locked, getting high, and they kept asking him if he wanted to get high. He was like, on the 3rd day he gave in. He was like, that was 30-some years ago, and I'm still addicted to crack. Like, you can have everything going on for you, and then with the simple snap. So that's why every day I wake up, I thank God, I pray for my mind, my sanity, you know what I mean? Because you just never know. Like, you never can say never. And people was like, that's why as I'm getting older, you live and you learn, and you start to not try to judge people so much, you know what I mean? Because you never know what people go through. So that's why when people be acting the way they act at work, I just be like, man, ain't no telling what them folks then went through, you know what I mean? These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can see, rubber bands though, some more rubber bands, because it's not gonna be enough. Got one honey, got 200, 5. Six, 7, 9, 10, 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, and that was just off pure luck. Like, every Monday is not like this, child. I'm trying to tell you, like, I won't even geek y'all head up, especially for day shift. That's like, it gotta be a good ass day. Like, it just has to be a good ass day. Dirty ass $5 on there that I'm a clean. But yeah, this is how much money I made on a Monday. So if you guys like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.